Louisa? You'll have to pardon me. You got two of me for a second. Because, as you can see, I got a whole huge mess going on in here. So, we're going to do... No, that's not going to work. So, if it gets a little blurry and crazy, I'm sorry. I got to figure out where to put this camera. So, did you at least get the right answer? Or did you try? I didn't see. I was trying to win. I didn't win. Yeah, I almost won. That's twice now. CJ's about to be on my bad list. He keeps beating me out by like milliseconds. But that is okay. So, it is his time to win. This is not going to work so well, I don't think. Especially with that lamp there. I'm going to throw this up here. I don't know who else is going to come in. May come in, may not come in. Hi, Moo Moo. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I just moved all of my stuff back down into my basement, so I am trying to reorganize everything, which is a feat upon itself if you can see all this massive clutter. It's a little crazy going on here. Hey, since you guys are in here, check out what I built today. Pardon this camera, but... Hey, Peter. See that? I just built that. I drilled it right into my desk. So now my scope is on a fixed stand, which is something that I have been wanting forever because it's on a stand that is really flexible, and this is the thing for it, and it bends, and then once you bend it, it'll pop back. So I can't ever get it to really stay where I want it to be. So I just came up with that real quick until I can get a wing nut fashion. You know what I did? You can get these little kits for hanging pictures. You know, these cheap little kits from like the Dollar Tree or Dollar General or something. And it comes with all these little, whoops, wrong way, little pieces. And I just took the two of these flat ones and a dowel, and I took a self-tapping screw and drilled the hole out bigger, and then fixed them together with the piece to the scope, and put it on the dowel and drilled a hole down into the piece of plywood here, and just put the dowel in there. So, hi David, how are you doing? Cindy, how are you? I'm so lost now. There's no coin seminar stuff going on. I'm like, what do I do with myself? Now I'm not sure what to do. Any Gibbs in Canada? Draco, I do not. I'm not far from Canada, but I'm not actually from Canada, and I don't know very many people in Canada. Trying to stay warm. I don't know where you are. I would assume somewhere where you're getting chilly, though. It is, or the last time I checked, it was 18 degrees here, and it's supposed to get down to 11. So, oh goody. So, yay on that. Oh, you're in Texas. Yeah, it is chilly there. My hubby's in Texas right now, and we are basically doing the debate on whether we're gonna move back again or not. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. Hello, Todd Miller. Thank you for joining us. CJ, how are you doing? You're about to be on my poop list, mister. But congratulations. I'm not mad. It's fine. No, actually, the some stuff, gas prices are cheaper. Some of the food is cheaper. But housing and things like that is not compared to where I live. So two Amy's on one stream. Who's the other Amy? Hi, Jim Bob. Yeah, speaking of that, I swore to God I had subbed to you. There's a bunch of people. Mary Love, Mrs. Durbin, Miss Diane Durbin. There was quite a few. I just happened to be going through them right before I jumped on Ken's stream, and there was a ton. Oh, it shows me twice, probably because I have chat popped open and I do have my YouTube page open. I mean, I have it minimized, but I have it open, so it might have me. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But Jim Bob, yeah, I swore I try to make sure I subscribe to everybody who subs to me, and most of you guys I've seen, you know, a bajillion times on live streams, and so I was like, what the hell? So I don't know if it was one of those YouTube things where I got kicked off of the page or what the deal was, but oh, double cameras, that's why. Yes. I am trying to revamp. If you see, I'm so sorry about the mess, guys, but this is my work area down here where I do everything. So since there's a few more people, I'll show you guys this. If you remember, I've been fussing about my scope because it's on a flexible neck. And yes, doubled Amy. And so this is the bendy, and I don't like it. I hate it. And so I was like, I need to get a fixed neck for this thing. So I came down here, and this is what I created. I just put that on there, but I took a dowel and a couple pieces for a picture frame right here, and used a self-tapping screw, and then screwed a hole into my desk. And it works awesome. So if you can't tell, I'm kind of crafty, and I have a ton of crap. Ton. So now I just move my computer and all of my coin stuff down here, and it's starting to look like Ken's desk. It's crazy the amount of crap I got, but that's alright. It'll get me to go through my coins and organize, and here in a few weeks I'm gonna have nothing but time to do so, so we will get her all prettied up and ready to go. You'll be putting up a giveaway video? Absolutely, yeah. I will for sure do that, Draco, and everybody else, if you have not been to his channel, I would do so. Focusing rack. No, Frank, I don't think so. I don't think, and if you have showed it. Is he really? Well, I didn't know he was gonna stream. So if you want, we can all go over there, because I don't really have like a whole bunch to show you guys. Unless, really quick, if somebody wants to help me out with this bad boy, I don't know, zoom in here a little bit. Wrong way. I'm also going to turn this other webcam off real quick. So, tripod, zip ties, and a clamp. There you go. Works, doesn't it? That's all that matters. Look at this N in this nickel and the I. My kid brought this one to me, and he said, Mom, can you look at this coin? And I said, yeah, sure. And so we started looking at it, and I'm like, what in the hell happened to that? I have no idea. Like, no clue. The I is messed up. The N is totally screwed up. And it's not, it doesn't, I don't think it's damage. Bad dye deterioration. Something, yeah. Look at the G, the O, the D. But that's the only places I see it, is in God. You don't see it so much, if at all, in We Trust. It's just the weirdest thing. And the rest of the nickel looks like a total. It's a 94D. I'll show you. I mean, it's got some polishing marks in there. The D almost, I think the D's just got machining. Dye deterioration. What do you mean flow line? Or is that all the little lines that you see going through in the fields? These here? I would assume that's what you mean. Oh, no, Cindy, I'm sorry. My dryer's running. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that. Might put you to sleep. So, dye deterioration. Alright, good deal. Now I know. I can tell him. The metal flows into the device in the center. Oh, that's why it would look like, yeah, because that N is like super crazy chunky. So, I will put his back in his little flip. And he can keep that as a reference because that's a really, really crazy cool one. Jim Bob, he never expects people to stay for that long. People come and go all the time when he does that, which is, you know, perfectly fine. And don't ever expect just because you know, if I'm live or he's live or anything like that, you have to be here. Like I said, I didn't come on with any real anything. It does. I'm glad it's not squeaking because the one of the belts is pretty squeaky. The heating element is going out in it, so. This mama has some big Santa wish list items. So we'll see what Santa does. Because I need a new washer and dryer. They're the landlords, so I could say, hey, you know, this thing's going out. But the last time I did that, when my washer went out, my washer that was the one that they replaced it with was a used one. And it smelled like mildew, something fierce. And it still does if the door gets closed. It's bad. So I would rather have my own. Hi, Lulu. My doggy's hanging out under here. Well, good deal. Thank you, David. So, you broke the like button. Way to go. That wasn't very nice of you. Oh, what should we do? I feel bad if he's streaming. Probably go over there for a few. We'll look at a few coins and then. Hey, Coin Dragon, if you want to, you're more than welcome. Just let me know. I'll turn it on. We'll do a private live stream. I'll give you the address so you can get onto it, and I'll just walk away and you can sample it. On average, in a box of US pennies. Well, this last box that I just went through, these are the Canadians I got. And this was actually kind of light on the Canadians. I got 8. 8. I'm over here. So, these are all focus. It's not gonna focus. Any new goodies? Not really. I did get a 1900 from Lemonhead when he had his auction last Tuesday. I did pick up a 1900. The other ones that I picked up were all doubles of what I already had, and I was using those for giveaways. But he had one lot that had the 1900 in it, so I scooped that lot up because I need that one. That is an 88. Sorry, I have low light here. 1900. There it is. 2 in California. Yeah. I'm sure if you're not up by, like, are you up by Washington State or in Washington State? What's with the Bulldogs? That's not the Bulldogs. Bulldogs are red and silver or red and black. And there's Georgia. That is the Green Bay Packers. Same G, different colors. But here is the 1900. It's not worn. Well, it's worn, but it's not too bad. It's actually pretty nice. I haven't even gone through this one yet, so sweet. That's awesome. Let's see here. I am so not organized yet. I gotta move this lamp over there. Very cool. Yeah, where I grew up, even though, ooh, we have a double C. You see the top of the C there, guys? My PV pointers. I'm out of PV pointers. I'm not out. I just don't have them. Okay. So, we are going to use a skewer. The random crap you find when you clean your desk. Right there. See that? We have a repunch C. A family-sized PV pointer. I looked at them earlier and I'm like, I need to come up with a name for these. Like, I was thinking, what was I saying? This should be called the, like, the ultimate PV pointer or something. So, yeah. It'll get the job done for sure. This thing is huge. It's massive. Oh, and I don't have a thing, so you have to pardon my fingers bumping. I'm not all set up yet. A Yooper stick. Oh, look, we got a dot right there. You find these a bunch. Let's see. Nope, that's crud. It was a dot of crud. Nothing to see here, folks. Just some whale poop. Doo-doo. I love when Riser says that. Doo-doo. And it looks like we have a little bit of repunching on the crown. You see that in her jewels right here? The flower. A little bit here maybe. That might just be a ding. You can see it in the flower for sure. Cool, I'm gonna have to go through this one really good. Nice. So that's what I see so far. Now, really quick, since we're here, and we might as well do something proactive, I'm gonna move these real quick, because I do have my book sitting out in front of me. And I did find, I was trying to find it on the live stream, and I buggered it up. We'll put that right there. So this is in the Charlton, and this is your major obverse varieties. And like I said, this is 76 to 1901. So this is considered OC1. And if you notice, her chin, I'm so mirrored, so her chin is smooth, and the truncation of the bust, over here. That's hard to do, doing everything backwards. So that's OC1, and then there's an OC1A, an OC2, an OC3, and an OC. 4. And then you have a couple different reverse varieties. There's a lot. A lot. So I don't remember off the top of my head if the 1900 had which one it had. Alright, so the 1900 should have the small leaf. There are a ton, Armando. Yep. So, like I showed you guys on the stream, these leaves here, they don't fill up this space. You know, where they'll be either close to the identical or touching, and, you know, these will be almost right on top of that loop. They'll be right next to that loop. SJ's on too? Oh, jeez. So, I want to see which obverse this is. And according to my book, the only obverse is the obverse 4 for this particular year. And so she should have some good-sized jowls. And you can see that right in here, the jowl line. That is one of the big things on the obverse 4, is that it goes way down. And then the truncation on the bust, it's rounded, but it's not touching or anything like that, and it comes right down here. Some of them, they'll be like up here more, where they end. So, that is an obverse 4 with a small leaf reverse. Oh, thank you, Coin Diggin'. It's alright. I'm not worried about it. I try to make sure I don't stream when anyone else is streaming, and I didn't see anyone else streaming, so I jumped on. They jumped on, and so be it. It is totally cool. Let's see. 1 cent, 1900. There was only 1 million of these minted. Not too many. Not too many at all. So, who got cuckoo with the dies? The Canadians? The Royal Mint, when they first started? Because they didn't know what they were doing, I don't think. A little bit cuckoo. So, I don't see too much else in her crown. Her ear looks good. You still got details in her hair. It is getting worn, but there's still separation in the strands. Not so much on the top. Some of them with the obverses, they look at the strands up here as well. You'll see some have like almost look like 3, some have 2, some only have 1. They use so many different dyes, and like I said, just on the 1 year, the 1859, you could spend your entire career just doing those. I mean, it is insane. Insane. So, we have a small leaf. Now, Cindy, you were saying you were confused about because everybody was on. Did you guys, because I went back and I was going through the chat and stuff and just kind of seeing where I might have buggered up, and just trying to make sure I did everything right. Somebody was confused about the large leaf and small leaves. Well, it looks like our beads might have been repunched. And our leaves. Look at that leaf. That would be leaf 4. That one is for sure repunched. Sweet. Website that has Canadian errors. There is a really good website called coinsandcanada.com. Coinsandcanada.com. And you can look up the different coins. So if you're coin roll hunting or something and you pull a 51 small cent out, you can go to the coins and look up that, section of years. They section them out by year and monarch. I don't think it's a lamb. I was just looking at that. That is a die crack. And you can click on the year. It'll give you the current market value by grade. Remember, those are in Canadian dollars, so you have to do your math. And then it will also, as you scroll down, it will show you if there's varieties. It'll show you different pictures of the varieties, and then other people have posted pictures as well. Ooh, look at that. Is that what you're talking about? Because I just saw that. That is a really good one. Let's see here. That's just crud. That is crack-a-lackin' for sure. Now the O has gotten smacked by something, so. But that is a very, very good website if you want to learn anything about these. And it's a very good starting point. For sure. Sorry, I gotta reach over here. I'm going through the leafies in my loops. The rest of these look pretty good. So we have two. Let's see, we have a repunch on leaf 4 for sure. We have a small die crack on loop 5, and we have a major die crack in the field by the date. And then, let's see, our numbers. Our numbers look good. Right. And that looks pretty good. I don't see anything too massive there. That's probably just a ding. E, N, and O. Is that a die chip? That is extra metal right there. So there's a little die chip on O in one. And then if you noticed, the beads are all repunched as well. Sometimes you'll get them where they're all connected. Name a website one more time. Here, I'll type it in, so then you'll have the link. Oh, CoinDragon just did it for me. There you go. Thank you, CoinDragon. So cool. This one, thank you guys for asking, because I hadn't even looked at this one yet. So, very, very neat. I need to make a spreadsheet and start putting all this in there of what's what on here. And then stop, go back, look again, Because, like all of you folks, I'm still learning. But, yay. That was a good pick. Oh, let me get caught up on chat for just a second. So, oh, hi, Field Guy. I didn't say hi. Or Armando, I don't think I said hi to you. I mean, I know you're here. We chit-chatted for a minute, but hadn't really looked. Yeah, I totally understand that, CoinDragon. It can get a little, like, all right, what am I looking at? Your eyes start going crosswards and sideways, and am I seeing what I'm seeing? And that's how I felt with that wham yesterday. Am I seeing what I'm seeing? I don't think I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And then I had to take a real one, and a regular 2000, and put it next to it, and because I wasn't sure. So, all right, we're gonna look at this 1859, and this one is the really chewy one. I don't think there is actually a whole lot on here, but I haven't really left it alone. So we got something going on the R there, possibly. T, and I think a lot of this is just wear. G looks like it's double. The bottom, right there. That's not gonna work. PV pointer. Right here. That might be repunched. Alright, now we go back around this way. Let's get to Canada. That D is repunched for sure. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Can you guys see that? Right in here. That is a repunch for sure. And it looks like the A may have just a slight bit of it. So now we'll look at Victoria. The V, the I. And you can see the V up in here. The I, you can tell a little bit down here. And that T is just, no, that got smacked. I and A. Those look all right. Yeah, the Canadian large cents were done differently. Especially these 1800s to the Queen Victorias. It is very, very worn. I mean, this is probably a G, I would say. I mean, I don't even know if it would be VG. It is pretty chunky. But, like I said, I've been buying them when I can find them, or when I have money, just because I want to start learning how to catalog them. So, in the truncation on these ones, you'll notice it's almost flat. This one is flat because of wear, but they'll be close to flat. Flat. Yes, I can talk today. So, and the rest of it is hard to tell anything just because of the wear. When you do start cataloging them, if that's something that, you know, you're interested in learning how to do, VickyCents.com is the place that you want to go, and it is insane how much there is to learn about these, and specific die cracks, die breaks, die collapses. Like, there's so much that has happened, and yeah, they use so many different dies. So the first thing you look at, so this is leaf 1 right here. So this is right here is loop 1. This is right here is loop 2. And so when you're learning how to catalog them, you have to look right up in this area of the loop, and you have to see whether it was repaired, if it's broken, or if it's original, which means it's not broken. This one looks to me like it was never broken. But of course it's so worn, I'm not 100% sure. It could have been repaired, and I wouldn't be able to see that line to show where it was repaired. They didn't have doubling. They repunched. So they would take that same die, put it back down, and smack it again. So it is technically doubling in our standards, but it's not. It's repunched. So, yeah, loop 2 looks original. There's loop 3 and leaf 4. There's 3. There's 4. There would be 5, 6, and loop 7 right there. There's another big one that they're going to ask about. And this one is big. That is a wide gap for sure. So there's 3 different size gaps that they ask about. Whether this one was repaired or not. This one was not. Leaf 6 almost never has a connecting stem. Leaf 10 almost never has a connecting stem. Almost never. That would be 8. Leaf 9, they want to know on the stem whether this is original, broken, or repaired. And I would venture to guess that this one was probably repaired by how fat it is and because it's so worn right here. Hard to tell on this one. There's leaf 10. A lot of times on specific ones, you'll have to look at what leaf 10 looks like too, and what the stem is. This one, the stem looks original. 11, 12, and 13. So loop 13, as far as I know, and please don't quote me on this because I might be wrong, but I believe if you find a loop 13 that is whole, it is worth a huge chunk of change too, because I don't think there wasn't, but maybe a couple, and then the dies would break at different parts of them for whatever reason. But that's another one. Loop 13 almost always has a huge gap in it. Leaf 14, leaf 15, and leaf 16. And I did not notice any die cracks through there. Oh, this thing is chunky. Wow. N, E. None of those. The N might have been repunched. Maybe. This is where we get really worn. The T was repunched. You can see that. Can you see that? I can see that. Right here. That T was definitely repunched. Not going to be able to tell nothing on the N or the E from what I can see. C is fine. The 1 has a slight repunching right there. It's funny because in this year, if you looked at our coins like this, you'd be like, oh, it's a machine double. It's machine doubled. 18. Oh, man. I wish that was in better shape. I'm going to venture to say that 5 probably was, but I don't know. That's just too hard to tell. And the 9, you can't tell nothing. Now, I did notice in the 9, inside the 9 right here, there is a little extra piece of metal right there. So this could technically be one of those ones, one of the important varieties. And I always kind of do this to flicker light back and forth and see if I can see anything, but I don't. I just know there's a little hunk of metal right there. So yeah, those are just a few of the things to look through in a 1859. This one, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible. It's so chunky though, it's not one that it wouldn't command anything, I don't believe, because of the current state that it's in. And I could be completely wrong on that, so I don't know. So we'll go through that one a little bit more another time. So let's look at the very first year of issue. Yeah, that's the really nice one that I have is a low 9. narrow 9, low 9. So this is the 1858 that I got. And I haven't really gone through this one. Of course, this one, it's not, it doesn't have the amount of varieties like the 1859s do, but only 400 and, what was it? I had it written down somewhere. 421,000 were minted of these. So there wasn't a whole lot of these ones minted, so there wasn't a whole lot of room for error like the 1859s. The R was reed punch though. That or it's a ding. I don't know. I don't know what the survivor estimates are because I have not been able to actually locate that information. And I could just not have looked in the right spots. Oh no, sorry, Coin Dragon. With the survivor estimates, I've looked like at PCGS and NGC, and now PCGS has sold 3, I want to say, and this is why I say when it's Canadian coins, you would almost be way better off if you're grading anything to send it to Canada to be graded because it's a Canadian coin, and they're going to be far more up there on what's, the what's what. But they had one that had sold a brass 1859 for it was like, I want to say it was something ridiculous, like 7 or 8 grand maybe, and it was like a F12. Now Coins in Canada has the lowest grade listed, I believe, is a VG, and they have it listed at like $300,000 in Canadian money, something crazy like that. And I'm sorry, I don't have it right off the top of my head, but ICCS doesn't have a website, so you can't go and find out, what the surviving specimens and stuff are. So, yeah, it's hard, and that's part of why I started getting into this, because stuff like that was becoming really, really hard for me to find. And a lot of the websites that, as you're Google searching and you're clicking on all these different websites and you're reading through them, and they're like, oh yeah, check this website out, that website would be gone, or it hasn't been updated since 2011, and it was just a constant repeat of that. And I was like, ugh, frustrating the hell out of me. Like, yes, I know Coins in Canada is out there and it's a great website, but it's not all the information, especially when you have a specific question on a specific coin. That part sucks. So, I have not been able to locate said information yet. Not to say that I won't, and there's probably a book out there that has it. But I have not been one to find said info. So I'm hoping I can find it. I'm hoping I can, help shed some light on these absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous coins. Because I think they are gorgeous. The 1858s and 1859s, and I know this one's worn, but to me, she's just so pretty. And I just think they're awesome. Now, that A is definitely got something going on inside of it. Alright, let's check Victoria. And Victoria looks clean and pretty nice. Not too bad. Maybe some very slight. Oh, rain and thunder? Man, I will sleep like a baby. I could be in a tent. Will not bother me a bit. As long as I'm not getting wet. All right, and here is the reverse. So, looking at the leaves. Oh no, you're fine, Cindy. Not a problem at all. Now, just to show you guys, both of these here. So 1859 and 1858, right? And you notice how these leaves are kind of small. Where did my 1900 go? Oh, thank you. I misplaced it. Okay. So King George comes out to play. They're kind of small. I'm going to keep the 1858 there, and I am going to put a King George, which also has the same type of reverse. And see how much smaller those are? I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but the leaves on these ones almost touch the loop, almost touch the denticles, but there's still some space in there. And the small leaf variety is even smaller. There's quite a bit more in there. And then when you get to the 1876s and up to, I think, 1900, you have large leaf, and that's only, for a slight amount of time. And those are even bigger than these ones. And it's not by much. I mean, it's by hair. But yeah, there's three different reverses. Now, where's my gorgeous girl? Where's my gorgeous girl? That's what I call her. My 1859. She's my gorgeous girl. Smaller leaves. Well, we'll look at them because honestly, I can't answer that 100%. So this is 1859. We'll call these medium leaves. They're considered large leaf, but I mean, they have some detail. Of course, this one has quite a bit of repunching and stuff going on with it, but those do have some detail. The small leaf, is that it? Yeah. Yeah, they got detail too. Of course, this one's a little worn. Let's see. This is a 1919 that's in amazing condition. It's like, I want to say it's like an XF. They seem to be a little bit smoother. And it could just be this reverse. But they tend, they tend to have nice, more little pieces and things going on. Oh, there she is. Yeah, this is the one I had in this stream. And this is the one, the picture's going on up there. That's what this one is. I took a bunch of still shots of it when I was going through and learning how to catalog it. And it is in just beautiful, beautiful minty condition. She minty fresh. All of her denticles are, or not denticles, the beads are attached. So, okay, let's go like we were going to catalog it. So right above the N, right there, is going to be leaf 1. So we want to look at loop 2. And this one really, really threw me for a loop. And so because of that, I had a couple different ones. But there's some really defining things on this coin that made me say, well, it can't be that one, and it can't be this one. So when you do start, you have to start with the reverse when you're cataloging. That's just the way it's done, and it's the easiest way for whatever reason. I haven't figured all of it out yet. But this loop 2 has been repaired, and I know it's not the easiest to tell. But if you look, you can see how it almost looks like it was patched in. And almost looks kind of, I know it's glary a little bit right here, but it almost looks kind of dumbled. And I thought it was original to begin with, and it's not. So then we go down here. There's leaf 5, leaf 6. Boom, no stem. Whoops, no stem there. And look at loop 7. That is a huge gap too. So even if there's still a little bit of that loop that you can see, if the majority of that loop is gone, they consider it's not there. It's a gap. It's a huge gap. Yeah, it could be. I mean, this coin does have some wear, so it definitely could be. Leaf 8 on this one has no stem. Leaf 9, which is a big one, has been repaired. And you see how it's really fat up here and it's thinner here. Another way to tell too is they have all kinds of pictures and stuff for you to look at is the differences in the lines in the leaf. There's all kinds of differences on them. This thing is getting some hair or something stuck to it. Grossing me out. All right, scrolling through. Leaf 10, technically it's considered no stem, even though we can see a tiny bit there. Unbelievable. Yes, it is. Same thing, loop 11 looks like, not loop 11, sorry, the stem, and loop, that leaf has been repunched. Actually, all these leaves have been repunched, so they probably did a full repunch. 12, 13, huge gap. Now 13 is absolutely awesome. And this is where I had to sit there and go, wait, what am I looking at here? So from 12 to 13, we have a hair. That is not a die crack. Okay? But you can see in 13, it's got a crack coming out here. And then as you come over here, this is leaf 14. You can see a die crack there coming out here. And then 14 to 16 is where we have our major die collapse. On that section is what they called it. And that's, yeah, that's a big one. So that was one that, hi Charlie H. That die crack there was a definite defining, defining moment type of thing. And some of the first catalog varieties I had. It's not considered a retain cud. It is not. Not in these. So on the lettering for most of this one is pretty good. I haven't noticed anything that would have made it stand out and jump out. And then of course you're always looking at your date, which is a big deal. And pretty much all of mine have been repunched, but just ever so slightly. So you can see the one up there. You can see around the 8 outside here. You can see it on the inside just a hair. The 5 has been repunched as well. And you can tell, maybe if I go that way a little bit, you can see it better. So 5 here, you can see it right there. And then my 9 has as well, but the 9 is very, very slight. It is very slight. So it's not, as far as I know, it is a narrow 9. And it is a low 9 because that 9 is tilted. And all these numbers were done singly. They weren't done as a whole punch. They were done by hand, one by one. Just crazy to think about. Now, we were talking about the other 1950, the chewy one. And I hate doing this, but I'm going to do it very carefully. See the difference in the 9s if we can. All right, so that is a narrow 9, low 9. I don't know. I think it just looks fat because it's worn. I don't think it's a wide 9. And it's definitely space-wise, if that's what they mean by wide 9, because on some years, for some of the Canadian coins, they have wide and narrow, and it's on the spacing. I don't see it. So, on the obverse, this is where we get into the fun. Okay. This coin has so much to offer. It is amazing. Every letter in Victoria has been repunched. You can tell there's just no questioning it. There's no questioning it whatsoever. It is super duper repunched. The D has been repunched. The E has been repunched. That I has been repunched. Now we get into the die crack. Oh, so this die crack, just keep watching that die crack. It just keeps going. Oh, that one stops kind of like right there. And then this G. Look at that G. I saw that and I just about came out of my seat. I'd never found anything. And the funny thing, like I said, was when Cheapskate put this one up on the screen, all I saw was this major die crack right here. That's all I could see of it other than, the coin itself. And I was like, I want it. I don't care. I want it. I didn't even know about Haxby's at the time when I bought it. Ken actually told me about Haxby's. And then I just went gung-ho. This is a triple punched G. And the way that I know that, because it is hard to tell and it just looks like a repunched, but this is triple, is if you look right there, I'm kind of shaky at the moment. There's 3. There's actually another one that is underneath this die crack, and you can't see it. And the same thing up here on the top serifs. So that's a triple G. And if we continue going, oh, I don't know if you noticed either, but there is a very faint die crack that starts here and it continues and it goes all the way through Gratia. Yeah, and she's a spike head to boot. She goes all the way down into the leaf on her laurel wreath. So we have every letter in Gratia is repunched. That die crack continues all the way to here, is where it basically stops. And if you notice, all the beads are connected too. The R, the E, the G, the I, the N, the A, the dot, and then we get to Canada. Triple repunched. Right there. And every letter in Canada is repunched as well. This entire thing has been punched, redone 3 times on the obverse. What do you mean R to the E in Regina? It's not connecting, and I know there are some, and I have to go back and look again, where one of these beads pops into the E, I think. Or maybe that's this. Yeah, there's something, but I don't remember which one it is. Oh, no, you're fine. So we also have die clashing going on all through here. You can see there's little points all over. You can see that. We have die clashes going on all above her head. And her face and chin are good. Her ear looks really good, and her hair is absolutely outstanding. Um, I have not been able to figure out though, and just because it's in my curiosity, if the band in her hair from the wreath, like the stem part, um, if that's an error or not. I'm not sure. It might not be anything. I noticed it when I was going through the coin. Um, and yeah, but so she has obviously a major uh, die collapse with these die cracks and triple repunch on the C and the G. You know, all these other letters were done at least twice, and she is just phenomenal. So much going on with her. So she's my beautiful lady. She is my prized possession right now, and probably will be for a long time. But they don't have. That's the thing, Coin Dragon. Canada does stuff different. Um, we might consider it a die gouge, but that's not what they consider it. And so I know, and I've seen a few people commenting at, things on my stream, but they got to remember that, I'm using Canadian terminology on Canadian coins. So it's not the same as American terminology. So like some of the die clashes that you find, they call it ghosting, which is totally different. That's weird. I think it's weird. It's cool, but yeah. But anyway, so that's what that is. That's how you go through and catalog 1859s. Oh, wow. How do you do, girlfriend? That's awesome. Can't say no to that, I love random comments like that. Some people get all weirded out. Like, some guy just said something to me. Like, well, maybe he just thought you were pretty. But yeah, Coin Dragon. I mean, if that's something, if you have 1859 and something that you want to do, definitely check out that website. And I went through the coin like that, and I wrote down everything that I find, all the die cracks and things like that, any repunches, and then I went through Haxby's website. Right? That would be a good comeback, Cindy. Thank you. My husband will appreciate that too. Hi, Big T Coins. How are you doing? So, I'm going to be a naughty girl and have a cigarette. Hope y'all don't mind. Do you guys have any other questions on these? Just out of curiosity? Because if you do, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And I really hope CJ doesn't think I'm mad at him, because I'm not mad at him. Right. Well, I know. I try not to smoke like during the day and stuff because I know there's kids on and whatnot, Trey and them. Like, I don't, you don't know how much their parents monitor their stuff and if they're lurking to keep an eye on things. And I certainly don't, especially after this coin seminar weekend. I wouldn't want him saying, his parents or somebody saying, "Hey, you can't watch her anymore." I don't, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched a whole lot of his stuff, but I was pretty impressed with how much he did know. I was kind of interested. And then the night before, because I had went on after the last stream Saturday night, and I know he popped on there, and I told him to go to bed, and he said he was really nervous, and I said, "Well, what are you doing?" And he said stacking versus collecting, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And so me and him chatted it up for a bit. I'm like, "You'll be fine." I said, I was super nervous, but I survived. So you'll survive. And he did good. He did very good. He's kind of been the talk of the weekend, I think, after his little seminar. So I don't know. I didn't watch the first seminar ones, and I should probably go back and do that. But I don't know if is he the youngest one we've had now. I don't even know how old he is. I just can hear in his voice he's really young. Oh, Canadians. I'm trying to see. I moved everything down here, so now I don't know where all my stuff is right at the moment. Here, we'll look at some other random ones. I keep these. I get these when back to school was going on. I had so many of these, or I bought a bunch of them because I was like, they're perfect to put coins in. So this is my foreign coins and stuff I've gotten like out of Coinstar. Oh, my good shiny ones, 2017s, and this is all nickels, and this is all pre-64. I think it might actually be pre-1960. That thing's full of S Mint marks and brand new 2018 Ds I have not gone through. So, but since we're on the Canada, I love these containers, man. They're awesome. This is, and actually, let me move this up a bit because put that under there. Man, I am pretty proud of myself at how I did that. Not to toot my own horn. I'm just kind of proud of myself. A little ingenuity. This is a loonie. A Canada large cent. This is a newer one. But I think they are pretty cool. And then the obverse is quite plain, but it's still neat. Miss Elizabeth in her big pretty crown. But it's a very nice loonie. It's in pretty good shape. Sorry, hi-ho. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. So that's one I got here. Oh, yeah, that one's nicer because this is the other one. And this is a 89, I think. What year is this? Yeah, 89. This one's a little more worn. Well, I don't know what to tell you, hi-ho. You're a little far away for me to commute over to you and bring you a cigarette. That, and I don't have the money to fly. So, and flying anywhere out of our airport is ridiculously expensive. Yeah, she's a lot more worn, scratched up, but that's the 89. 89 loonie. And here we have a 2009 beaver. Looks like an evil beaver. He was eating some fish or something, blood everywhere. I'm kind of demented sometimes. Oh, they don't turn that way. Whoa. Hold on. No, that's right. I thought it was way off. And here we have an older Elizabeth on this one. That's pretty worn. I think I got these out of a Coinstar. This is a 2016. This is a newer one. And I can't think of the year off the top of my head. Shoot, it's over here. I'll put it over here. But there is a variety called a bear belly. And somebody, shoot, and I wish I could remember who it was, sent me a picture of a bear belly, and I was like, you're gonna have to show me because I have no idea what you're talking about. This area here in the beaver, or no, it's, yeah, I think it's right in here. Anyway, it's like an over polishing error or something, but it'll be bare. It won't have the fur. And then you can look also for extra claws. I know that one. Um, you don't own a beaver nickel? Really, Cindy? Email me your address. For real. I'll hook you up with some Canadian coins. They'll be circulated. They're not, you know, spiffy and shiny and particularly great, but if you want some for your collection, I will send you a beaver nickel. So, that one's alright. Not fabulous. Now this one is a 1989 dime. They started using beavers on the nickels, I want to say, oh, now you're asking me dates. I don't remember. I want to say it was either right towards the end of King George the Sixth, yeah, or maybe it was the 60s. It might have been. It might have been later than that. I think it was more along the lines of when Liz, I always want to say, came to office. She's not in office. Um, After her father passed away, when she became queen. I haven't gotten super duper hardcore into the regular coins, so I've just really looked at pennies, and the largies are the ones I know the absolute most about. I mean, I know some things about the small cents, but not a whole lot. I know a few things about the nickels, but not a whole lot. I know about the shoulder fold, which this is worn, and I want to say it's a 53 or 54, but you have to go to the website and look. But it was an error, and this here is called the shoulder fold, and it won't have one. There'll be a shoulder fold SF or NSF, which is shoulder fold or no shoulder fold. Yeah, there is always Canadian change. I mean, we get it as change. You know, you go fill up the gas tank and it comes to 1944, you're getting 56 cents back in change, and that penny can be a Canadian. Happens quite often up here. Yeah, I did not see any Canadian change when I lived down south, ever. That one's really worn. Ooh, see. I wonder, yeah, that got smacked. However, this looks a little suspect to me. Doesn't look quite right, does it? That's a 1980. I'll put that one aside. What else? There's a 71. Excuse me, pardon me. See, that looks different. I'm gonna have to look into them stems. Schilderfeld. Oh, look at, somebody slashed her throat. That was highly uncalled for. And rude, if I say so myself. Oh, you find them all the time, coin rolls and stuff. This is a newer one. Definitely newer. Still pretty shiny. And the date is on the front because it is an anniversary one. 2002. And this isn't the newest even, but it is a newer. She has 4 different busts. She is I believe she's officially surpassed Victoria. Or, I don't know who the longest reigning monarch. I think it was Queen Elizabeth, not Victoria. Maybe I'm wrong. It could have been Victoria. And I think she surpassed whoever it was. It's another 89. I saw a picture of her. I think she's a pretty cool person. From what I know, I don't know her personally or anything. It's not like we go hang out and grab beer or anything, but I did see a picture of her, and she was older at the time, and she was shooting a freaking like automatic rifle or something. KG on that one, I don't know. Let's see. It's in the same spot. It was just dirty. Right there. This is an 89 Canadian penny. So, it's in the same area. Here's another one. This isn't a Canadian. This one's kind of cool, though. This was a Coinstar. Check that out. Isn't that neat? I thought that was super cool. That's a bird scent. Yes, bird scents, to me, and I don't know, I don't think they're really worth all that much more, but, this is a Korean 5-cent coin, or whatever they call their cents. But that reverse is super cool. KG stands for the person who made the design, and honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know his name. It is eluding me right now. I have found just a couple, maybe 2 bird scents coin roll hunting. So they're ones that you don't come across them all that often by any stretch of the imagination. But when you do, it's kind of like winning the jackpot. You're like, what? I got a bird scent. I'm gonna say that is a big scratch. Yep. But that is a Korean coin from 1968. What else do I got in here? Let's see my older ones. That's a new one. 72. There's a 68. There's a 68. That one's pretty worn. There's a KG on there. And, oh, my lord. Somebody was taking some aggression out on her. Wow. That's messed up. I hate it when you find coins like that. You're like, oh, that looks pretty nice. And then you flip it over and you're like, what the hell? That's not even right. That coin is worthless. It's worth 2 cents. There's 74. Road rash, yeah. Or maybe it was probably one of those pennies that got caught in the rail of your seat in your car, so you're moving it back and forth, and it's rolling around in there. That would be my guess. Who knows? So, let's see. There's only 3 more in here. Let's see what we got. A 98, an 87, and a 2007. Let's show you 87. 87s are they're not perfectly round. And there's your KG there. She's got nicer obverse. You can see the part of her dress really nice. Her face is kind of mushed up though. I've done that. Me and the kids do that. There's a train track right by here, so I've taken them there and we've put coins on and gone back the next day, and we found 2 out of 3. No clue where the other one went. Probably fell off. Fell off and went in between some rocks or something. Alright, so that's all of those. But that was 80. 74. Oh, and my loonies. Can't forget your loonies. So, that is pretty much all I think I got the first night. I just wanted to pop on for a few. I wasn't quite ready for bed. I'm getting tired now. But yeah, Coin Dragons, he knows a lot too. But if you guys ever have any questions or anything, just holler at me. Let me know. Defacing currency, where you live? Just out of question. Ah, okay. I know that it's illegal to melt our copper pennies, copper cents, because they're worth more than the cent. They're worth 2 cents. They're not worth 1. They're worth 2. And I'm sure that price probably changes with the markets, but because of the copper in it. So, that part I know it's illegal, but the rest of it, I don't believe so. KG. Did you want to know what it meant? Because I'll look it up real quick. I'm just getting this stuff put away. I got my book. I can look. And plus, when you guys ask me questions, then I start looking and I start asking questions, and then I learn more. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. All right. Let's see. All right. Beaver cent. No, beaver cents are back into the 30s. So, the maple leaf design on the nickels, Coin Dragon, or who was asking me about the beaver design? The beaver design goes until 1936. Or the maple leaf design on the nickels. That goes to 1936. The beaver design started in 1937, which is also a dot. So I would assume you know about the 36 dot penny. But yeah, that's the beaver cent started in 1937, which is when King George V came to be king. Hi, Kendall Kid, how are you? Hey, you were one of the ones I thought I was sub to you, and I was going through my sub list, and I was not. And so I do apologize for that, because I had quite a few people who I thought, I had been sub to, and I was pretty sure I was, and I was not. Yeah, isn't everybody, Coin Dragon? Was the last time that one sold for what, 440,000 or 360,000? Something freaking insane. Oh my god. I think I would just fall off my chair. I would probably have a heart attack right then and there. Done. She croaked. What happened? She found a 36 penny. Oh, sold January 10th, Heritage Auctions, Canada sale, PCGS SP, which is specimen 66, $402,500 for that penny. Oh my God, could you even imagine? That is insane. That is absolutely insane. That's like 4 million times, 40 million times premium. I mean, what? Oh, I wish. So, yeah, pretty much. It is just there are some Canadian scents that are just, you're like, wait, what? So, let's see. Okay, the 1967 Confederation, which is the bird scent. An MS60 brown is worth, and this isn't Canadian, $5. An MS62 red brown, $6, or MS63 red, $8. So it's all depending on your grade. An MS65 red is worth $20 on a bird scent. You would have to be pretty darn rich, hi-ho. And the likelihood that you could get it would be fairly slim, because those were not supposed to go out in circulation, and they did. A few of them did. So yeah, they are definitely worth some chingy chang chang. Any of your young head Queen Elizabeth pennies, well, let's see, 53, the no shoulder fold and the shoulder fold. So if you find the shoulder fold, that one's worth more. And same thing with the 1954 no shoulder fold. Proof like 65, $2,000 in Canadian. So you figure 3/4 of that in our money. It's still a nice chunk of change. And then a 1955 no shoulder fold. An MS64 red was $4,250, $4,250. And this is in 1911. I'm right next to Canada, Kendall. I'm not in Canada. I live in Michigan, but I don't live far from Canada. About 3 hours from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So there are definitely some really, really, really good ones, good pennies and nickels to find. When you're coin roll hunting or in your pocket change, I don't want to be some of those guys. It's not, $16,000. No. But there are some really good ones to find. George E. Kruger Gray. Thank you. And that is correct. And I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent and I forgot to look. Thinking about that 36 dot cent. Thanks, Coin Dragon. It's all your fault. We'd go. So, I think that is all I got for you guys. Unless anybody has any questions before I hop off of here and go get my butt in bed and then probably join Lemon's stream or something. Yes, all your fault, Coin Dragon. You get my rude. That's what I tell my kids all the time. Rude. I don't want to talk to your hand. Again, rude. Whatever. Oh yeah, I went there. So, alright guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, guys. I know it's just a few of us, but sometimes it's nice to just smile and we can all chat and no, you didn't. Oh, yeah. Oh, what was it from, real quick before I go. What the hell was that show? You are very welcome, Cindy. Absolutely. I totally wasn't gonna do, like, anything like that, but hey, so it happens. What was the show that, Jim Carrey started on? Living Color. That's what it was. In Living Color. Do you remember Men on Films? Or Men on Books? Or Men on Sports? Yes, you see finger tats. Woo! I am covered. I have a lot. Wanda. Oh my god, yes. Wanda still grosses me out. Good night, Jeff. No, doing the head bob just made me hated it. I had to go. I can't even do it. But yeah, I love that show. Homie, don't play that. You only have 7 tattoos right now. That's okay. That's not a big deal. I've had a few people who are like, well, I only got 1. Like it's a bad thing to I'm covered, and I'm like, that's fine. It's to each their own. I do not care if people have tattoos or not. I'm the first person to not judge somebody based on what they look like. But yeah, I got my first one when I was 14, and it was homemade. I had, by the time I turned 18 and got a professional one, I had already, I think 3 or 4. Yeah, I was 14. I was a bad kid. That's all I'm going to say, Trey. Don't do what I did. Why are you up? Shouldn't you be in bed? Go to bed, Trey. It's late. You got school in the morning. I'm playing. I'm not going to be on here too much longer, but yeah. So, my father who passed away gave me my first professional tattoo, and it's a big huge Viking princess on my thigh, and it was over from there. So, I am working on finishing up my arms and sleeving them. I only have a little spot here and some spot right here. And of course, that's the last areas I have to go. And I got my whole chest done. Lots on my back. I got pitchforks on my hips and horror movie quotes on my ribs. And I got all kinds of stuff. Crazy stuff. So, and there's minors in here, so I won't. But I have a tattoo for Sublime, Limp Bizkit, Korn. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. Let's see. I'll do it like this. Korn. If you can see that. There we go. There's my Korn tattoo right there. Oh, and you know what? Since this will be posted, I'm going to do this for BLK Steel, because I told him that I have a tattoo of a sugar skull, and it's half Superman, half Superman, half Batman, because my husband is a ginormous Superman fan. I'm a ginormous Batman fan. And so for wrong arm. For our anniversary, we got matching tattoos. And so there it is. Push my arm out, my arm fat. So, and then my husband has it right here on his forearm. And he has it on his other arm. So when we walk together, they're right next to each other. So that's what we did for our anniversary. I figured he was like, well, we could always do like ring tattoos or something. No, we can't. Nope, no rings, no names. And I worked in 3 different tattoo shops when I was younger, and there will be no butterflies. The only tribal piece I have is one that I drew. There will be no tramp stamps, although I kind of sort of have a tramp stamp, but it's a higher up, and it's actually a picture of the Ebola virus from the book The Hot Zone. So, oh, very cool, Big T coins. Hi, Corn. I was just getting ready to get off of here too. How are you doing? I need to get my patootie booty in bed because I woke up late and had to do the Mad Monday dash and drive my kids to school, and then ran to the doctor's office because I thought my appointment was at 9 and it wasn't until noon, which was okay. And it was just a crazy morning, but it was a good morning. So even though I slept in. Yeah, I accidentally hit the stop on my phone instead of the snooze. So it happens. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Silver Star, I see you. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm getting off here. I need to go crawl my butt in bed. So if there is somebody else live streaming, I'll probably hop on there just for a little while till I fall asleep or something. So, but thank you for letting me talk and show you some stuff and just hanging out with me. I do appreciate it very, very much. And this jumbled holy hell of a mess will not be here the next time I stream. I just got everything down here, so I will talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful night. Bye, Corn. Thank you for coming and seeing me. I haven't seen you in like forever, it seems. So I hope you have a really good night, buddy. Thank you, Big T. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.